fight in general isn't exactly smart. You can occasionally get away with it, and although it is entirely based on your opponent's weapon skill, it's not recommended. Again, this is all just flashy stuff to make the game look cool. Now we'll actually be moving on to the unarmed animations. That was all the weapon animations of the game, and most, if not all of it, was derived from Kali, and I have heard somewhere that there might have been some Thailand stick fighting in there as well. Now, for Assassin's Creed 3, I know Assassin's Creed 3 and 4 share some combat animations, but I know Ubisoft did bring in an MMA fighter to choreograph some of the unarmed takedowns, and the guy's name was Andrew Montanes. He actually has a video where he goes over 3 or 4 of the takedowns on YouTube. I forget the name of his channel, but you can just Google Assassin's Creed 3 MMA takedowns and you should be able to find it. This is mostly based from, MMA and dirty boxing. A lot of these moves aren't exactly allowed in MMA. The headbutt, if I recall correctly, isn't allowed in MMA. I haven't been keeping up with UFC. I'm more of a one championship type of guy. You'll see in the top one, he grabs onto the guy and headbutts him into the nose to disorient him. After that, it's just a simple palm strike to the neck. He does a bell pop movement where he's basically slapping the guy on either side of the head. And then he sort of does like a Bruce Lee back fist to the head to knock him down. In the bottom one, he's actually pulling and grabbing the guy down to punch him easier. From there, he follows up with a hook, and then he stomps on the knee. Knee stomps might not exactly break the knee, but in the end, it really sucks. And then from there, you have a knee to the face, which I guarantee you is not pretty. That's Assassin's Creed 4. Now we're going to be moving Assassin's Creed 3. We'll be moving on to 4. No questions at this time? Alrighty. Feel free to speak up if you have any questions or if you want me to slow down and go over any specific animation. Assassin's Creed 4, I mostly covered some double saber here. I really love what they did with the double saber. And what they did with the double saber is that a lot of it can be traced back to double stick drilling and fighting techniques from, again, Filipino martial arts. There's Edward Kenway. You'll see him that he switches between open and chambered positions. Open is basically where he has both weapons out in front of him. Open. And chambered means he has one over his shoulder and one under his shoulder. This also counts as chambered. You'll see in the left animation how he switches between an open guard and a chambered guard. And there's an endless flow attacking and drilling between those two. At my last martial arts seminar, the guru of the seminar, he actually said there's about 4,096 double stick flows. There's a lot. You can go high, low, mid. You can mess around with circular strikes, with thrusts, anything. Obviously, I don't think anyone knows all 4,096. I don't recommend trying to learn all of those either. You'll also see here, in the second animation to the right of the single man takedown, there's also a bit of rotational footwork. Again, he's spinning, which is unrealistic, but this sort of flows better because there's more disorientation and there's more movement and adaptation to the enemy's movements. You'll also see that he's attacking vulnerable limbs while he's at it, and the neck as well. You'll see that he's also using the 3-point insurance rule that I discussed before. You guys, I imagine you already know it. I explained it, so I'm not going to go over that again. Something I would like to note, though, is that bottom animation is scarily close to a series of double stick techniques called the Cadena Royale series of Kali techniques. You'll see here that he thrusts outwards as someone rushes at him, and he also brings out his left saber arm to monitor any attacks. You'll see, though, that he dodges out of the way, but when the follow-up comes, you'll see that he stops it at grappling range, With the stick, this is called the puño range because the end of the stick or the pommel is called a puño. That's derived from Spanish.